Oh, Samba. Oh. Here we are again.
You are listening to the Bex Rugby Pod. Ladies and gents, how are we? Speedy, how are you, my friend?
Yes, getting there. Few more days left of isolation.
Your life sentence is nearly up. How's it been? What are you now? Two-thirds of the way through? Three-quarters?
It wasn't worth the crime, let me just say that.
Was it not? No.
No. Yeah, so I can leave the house this Saturday.
Good man.
Yeah.
Have you come out of it with any new hobbies? Any hobbies? Any sewing?
No, so no sewing. But as you know, Joshua, I've taken to the guitar, trying to teach myself some. To be honest, I just want to be able to play some Oasis, so I can, look really cool.
Solid. Any joy so far?
Oh, it's hard, man. I mean, us rugby players, we don't have like the most functioning kind of limbs, so I'm not really used to the old, they're just really fat and broken. So,
what's your dream Oasis song? You're not like a Wonderwall guy, are you?
No, because that is actually quite an easy one.
Yeah.
I'd probably say something like Cast No Shadow or Stand By Me. But I think Stand By Me probably quite easy as well. I'm not going to air guitar as much as I'm tempted to.
Please
don't.
Yeah. I'm a bit of a she's electric.
She's electric.
Banger.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, great song.
It's a good one.
So good week. I myself am just getting back into the schooling. Strange times. Kids coming in, washing their hands six times a day.
Jeez.
Some of them never washed their hands before, so
boom, boom.
That's another story.
Yay.
Week's been fine. Very hot days we've had this week.
All right.
Some might say a scorcher.
Some might say another great Oasis song.
Oh, imagine I just keep doing this all
time.
The kids are back and,
Stop crying your heart out, will you?
Yeah. So kids are back. I'm just, back in the routine and I'm feeling supersonic.
If any of them upset you, don't look back in anger.
No. Well noted. All good. I'm enjoying a bit of routine. And in the words of Ned Stark,
winter is coming. Oh, I'm so glad.
Shout out Speed for the huge recommendation of Game of Thrones. If you haven't started it, I was one of you people many moons ago. I was always like, Game of Thrones, no, it's not my style. It's just not for me. Oh, that's all like Dungeons and Dragons. Nah, not a bit of me. Just totally went, yeah, I'll go for it. Absolutely loving it. Mate. Please give it a go, ladies and gents.
Mate, it's so
I cannot recommend it highly enough.
So
Please
good.
do. We won't reveal any spoilers as much as I want to, but no, please give it a go.
Definitely. Episode 8, mate. Pretty exciting.
Episode 8, bro.
8.
It's strange, isn't it? I mean, obviously having a great time, loving doing it, but we did sort of anticipate in our planning that, we would be building up to the season starting in 2 weekends' time. So that has obviously put things back. And a few changes from us, Speed, that we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about later. It's, just sort of mulling along. Hopefully, when our season does get back underway, if at all, we can continue to adapt, grow, and improve.
Yeah. And, speaking of adapting and improving, we're on episode 8. And what I want to know is, if it wasn't for Rob Speed, how many episodes do you think we'd have got out?
I mean, I just couldn't say. I just could not say.
No.
Really is the unsung hero. We spoke about there being so many of them at the start of this pod, but Rob Speed, without that man, you know, this plane really wouldn't have got up into the sky. So shout out Rob Speed, absolute legend. You know, doesn't have a face for radio like us do, but just some gent. So
I mean,
shout out Rob, thanks, mate.
Honestly, this guy's abilities could walk him into, you know, any Twitter or Facebook headquarters in the world. Yeah, this guy wrote the coding for all of that stuff, and you know, he doesn't feel necessary to go and do that. He
loves it. He loves it. It's just a hobby for that man.
Yeah, it's a bit of fun. Like, he just, you know, he just likes saving lives. He likes
easy money, and when these YouTube views start racking up, and when his back pocket starts getting significantly sizable, you know, he will really reap real.
Yeah.
What's the saying?
Reap the benefits.
I was thinking more like, you know, when you reap your crop, or reap what you sow.
Reap what you sow. Yeah. But I think that's a negative thing, though, isn't it?
Oh yeah, shit, yeah. Well,
no, I mean,
cut that out.
No, but to be honest though, like, yeah, he I think he's going to have to make an appearance at some point, because it's some would say it's quite unfair that we are the faces when someone like him is so pivotal to the operating of this. So he really is that third man in Apple. You know, the guy who took his cut and sold his share really early on. Oh yeah.
Except Rob won't be selling his shares in this because he's too smart.
No, exactly.
Our stocks continue to rise, ladies and gents. So thank you for all your help so far. We continue surging in our listens weekly. And once again, we're loving it. Boom.
Lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly. So yeah, as much as I enjoy it just being us, this is going to be the last one, eh?
You know, we've had some quite honest feedback. You know, there were a few beers that had been had at the time, but all feedback is appreciated, and we have decided that this will be the final time that this podcast airs. Just the two of us. From now on, we will be guests every week, baby.
Or as close to that as we can.
Yeah. As close to that as we can. We're changing up. We're doing a little switch up. Our own intentions, obviously, coupled with some feedback, and hoping just to give a bit more of an insight. You know, we have so many amazing people throughout the club, and we just really want to get them and give them some exposure, I guess, to the rest of the club. We're still trying to link different sections of the club up and get people listening and get people communicating, and we hope that by getting, you know, different people from all over the club, that will enable us to do so, whilst also making the pod slightly more fun for your own benefit. Yeah,
I mean, listen, Fog, would we love to commit to 4 guests a month? 100%, we would love that.
Absolutely.
But you know, in the strive for perfection, things aren't going to go perfectly, and I think it's fair to say we're very much looking at increasing the number of guests we have, and that is definitely going to happen. So thanks all for the feedback. And yeah, we're ready to go, man. Let's take off. Let's take off, baby.
Yeah. So Speed. And again, you know, whenever we don't have our guests, we try and, you know, do a little bit of focus on some of our news around the game. So we'll just talk very quickly about some Premiership standouts and highlights from the weekend, and then we'll maybe have a little chat about this weekend's Champions Cup fixtures. So
I'm excited.
Premiership, where do you want to start? You were watching Wasps on the weekend, were you not?
Yeah. Do you know what? Self-isolating. I watched quite a lot. Watched most of it.
Shock.
Yeah. As the birth of the the Bex Rugby Pod Twitter page saw, whoever's controlling that media made a very good shout. Commented on expecting a very high-scoring game between Wasps and Bristol, and not a bad shout. Pretty accurate.
It's a real shame the Bex Rugby Pod didn't put their money where their mouth is, eh?
Could be sitting on some serious cheddar.
Yeah, I mean, so what was it? 60 points Wasps scored, or 58? It was close to, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like 50, 58. I think in the end to like 35 or something like that. It was over 90 points.
Some game.
Yeah, it really was, and Wasps steamed off like the whatever you call it. Steamed out the gates.
Out the blocks.
Out the blocks. Yeah. I'm not even going to edit that. People need to know how stupid I am.
So it's Speed. Nearly 59-35 it finished.
Yeah. Crazy.
Some game. Any stand-up performers for you? We spoke about the young 19-year-old before.
Alfie Barberi. Yeah, he just looks like a really complete player. I mean, he is, one of a few versatile forwards in that Wasps squad. That was his first Premiership start, second appearance, but his last appearance was off the bench in the front row. So it just speaks volumes of the versatility of the guy.
Yeah, he's not a big lad height-wise, is he? He looks like a little tank.
Yeah. And mate,
prop to 6. Was it? Yeah, he was playing 6. Yes.
Yeah. I think he played hooker.
Prop to 6, so he's done a Davey in reverse, basically.
Yeah.
Davey was obviously forced to go the other way. So, yeah, it's great to see that some props are still getting the opportunity to go in
the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be honest, it wasn't necessarily his forward skills that were so impressive. Mate, the guy literally sold about 4 dummies, 2 of which led to tries. The feet, the pace, like the support lines off 9, like he looks like a real prospect, man.
He also seems pretty confident in a good way, doesn't he?
Yeah. You could tell, man. He just went out there to enjoy himself, and he did. Like he was just, bit of a free rein. They just said go out and play a bit of ruggers, man, and he did, man.
Yeah.
He made it look easy.
Could this be the Theo Walcott of the 2006 World Cup for the Lions next summer?
You love to see stuff like that, but you know what? I can't remember who tweeted about it at the time while the game was going on. But I tweeted them saying, do not make him popular because then he definitely won't get selected.
Yeah, he needs to be like an unmarked man almost.
Eddie Jones needs to not know who he is to have a better chance of being selected.
Maybe he needs to delete his Twitter.
Maybe.
Suggestions. Moving on. Tigers, Saints. Catch any of that?
Yeah, I actually thought that was a really good. Well, it is a very good result for Leicester. I know it's slightly conflicting with your
We'll get on to them in a second. But yeah, Leicester, I mean, some pieces starting to come together. Really young team. I seen, I'm going to say his name wrong, Nadolo on the wing with an absolute screamer of a hit on someone.
Yeah, I think that was on.
He was playing. So Leicester had, I think it was before half time. They had 2 lads sent sin-binned. So he was packing down in the back row.
Yeah,
and he is an absolute beast. Let's be honest, he's huge. But he was scrummaging, and his tight heads. Can't remember who it was. I think Genge was starting loose. I don't remember who was on the tight. Could have been Dan. Dan Coles. Dan Coles. Sorry, I said Dan Coles.
Dan Coles.
Neek. No, Dan Coles. But yeah, so I remember seeing his ugly mug on the screen, and Nadolo was behind him. Potentially gave him a bit of an extra shove, considering all his weight. And then when Leicester were awarded a scrum, Nadolo just stood up, pointed to himself, and was just like this.
Yeah.
Never was so much. Oh, owed to so few.
Owed to so many by so few.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. No, he's a character, man. Yeah, they've got a really young squad at the minute, as you can imagine. Someone that stuck out for me was the 19-year-old fullback, Freddie Stewart.
Yes, I did catch a glimpse of him as well, yeah.
He made a fat hit as Tekeli Nayuravoro broke through and properly just chopped at his ankles, took him down.
But he also put up some pretty decent up and unders as well, didn't he?
Yeah. Looked pretty smart.
I mean, and put George Furbank in a bit of trouble, actually. I don't know if you've seen the one where he took it and he rolled and some stuff like that. So, but yeah, I mean, Saints before the break were sort of looking like a, second or third, like dead on, set, but just seems to be free falling now, which is a shame. I think one of their standout players, and again, going to say his name wrong, is Nick Izaweki. I don't know how you say his name. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. He has been apparently class for them since he's gone there. Like clear standout player. So a shame, but considering he's going to get a full season next year too, I guess not the end of the world. On to my boys, London Irish.
What can you say about it?
The thing is, I think they've done this sort of classic thing where they've gone up, and what most teams don't do when they get promoted into the Prem is they don't spend. Like you look at a Newcastle or a Worcester and they sort of just survive. And London Irish has spent a few quid, which has almost given a bit of false hope that they're going to do bits. And not like bits because they haven't got insane players, but, like a sort of 6th or 5th place finish. And, I mean, to get turned over that badly at home, I say at home, it was at Stoke, by Worcester, who are below them, bit deep.
Yeah, I think it's so hard to tell how well teams should be performing, given the fact that it's just irrelevant in the grand scheme of things.
But c'est la vie. Apparently, Ollie Lawrence in the centre, very good for Worcester again, from what I can see in the highlights. He's a bit of a bulldozer himself, isn't he?
Yeah, big guy.
I'm calling him a bit of a bolter for the Lions, but I'm not sure. Seems to be a lot of options at centre, doesn't there, to take a risk on someone like him. But we'll see. I mean, for Worcester as well, they and Ted Hill, they've got some decent players there.
Mate, he's got an England career. He's got an England career.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's He's only 21 and he's club captain. So
yeah, unreal.
Some bloke. He has got a very hard face, though, hasn't he? Like he looks like he's going to smash the whatsits out of you.
And he does.
Yeah, he does consistently. Oh, he does it so well. Bath beating Sale away 37-22.
Yeah, I didn't watch that live. I've seen the highlights. When Bath want to turn it on, man, like it goes on.
And that's the thing. They sort of leapfrogged and Sale, and now they've gone into third themselves, haven't they? So
yeah, it doesn't.
I think they're only a point or two behind Wasps. So again, like you said, they're sort of like that when they want to have a day, they seem to, but I suppose their consistency seems to lack, but not of late.
Yeah, it's weird, man. Like if you had to call, obviously Exeter are going to finish top, but who, right now, if you were going to call second, third, and fourth?
I would say Wasp second. I'd say it'll finish Wasp second, Sale. I'm going to go for Sale third and Bath. Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you're leaving out Bristol.
That's what I'm thinking. No, I'm going to go Exeter top, Wasp second. I'm going to go Sale third and Bristol fourth. I think Bath will just melt away into nothingness again.
It's
tight. So look, I've just got the table up. So Exeter top 73, obviously gone. Wasp second 61, Bath third 60, Sale fourth on 59, and Bristol fifth on 59 too.
Jesus.
So very tight. Toid like a toiga.
Yeah, so literally any of them could claim that. I'd be interested to see what their next few fixtures are.
And then huge gap from Bristol down on 59 to Harlequins down on 46. So yeah.
Farmers League, mate.
Exactly, mate. Exactly. Dead. What about final one? Exeter losing. I think was it the first time they've lost in 7 or 8 games away to
Yeah, I mean, I think
Sarries?
they knew that Sarries were going to play a bit of a younger side because of their
Yeah,
game this weekend, which we'll talk about later.
yeah.
And yeah, I think both of them were like second string sides. But no, Sarries youngers like really kind of turning up and putting them to the sword a bit.
Yeah, and I think I also seen some like Exeter had 6 Prem I think it was 6 Prem debuts on the bench
Something
alone.
like that,
So fair play to them, but yeah, I mean,
not too much to report from that game, really.
no, exactly.
Oh,
Fair
and
play though. Sarries going down and still giving it a go.
yeah, man, crazy.
All things considered.
Yeah.
So yeah,
There was one more game, which is a bit of a weird one.
that was
Quins Gloucester.
last night. Last night was it Gloucester Quins?
Yeah.
Yeah, how did that one? I haven't even seen the score of that one
Mate,
yet.
like
So
Danny Cipriani just had a weirdly poor and out of control game. I think he gave 2 try scoring intercept passes, made one. The first try was like this really weird clearance kick that went straight into one of the Quins' backs hands, and they just like finished it off. Like it was just really, really weird. Like Quins played quite well, but they literally had 3 tries like gifted to them. Didn't really have to work for it. Just a really, really strange performance, and it doesn't do too much to like dispel the whole kind of theories that Gloucester are actually in a bit of a meltdown.
massively. Will George Skivington stop the doth rot?
If any man
And again, I mean, you look at someone like him, and we mentioned about Steve Borthwick coming in. It's almost like the worst thing. You want like a full pre-season before you start playing any games.
cool.
That whole change is, can be a bit chaotic. And if you look like, Worcester in 9th, Gloucester, ahead of them in 8th on 41 points, and they look like they could still lose a few games yet.
It's been, I mean, even regardless of like COVID and Sarries and all that, it's been a weird old season anyway, man. Like,
It has been.
It's not been one for the purists. It's not been one.
Not at all. Very stop-start. I mean, again, we've liked a bit of midweek rugby, haven't we? And being able to see it at early times. Like last week, you caught the game. I think was it last Monday at 6 o'clock, and obviously, that's really
great.
decent if you can. Yeah, but football's been doing it for years, so why can't rugby? But I think unless fans get back into stadiums soon in all sports, but I think the Gloucester chief exec said today that like any club, they can't keep just not having fans at games for a prolonged period of times because there's just going to be a huge impact, a big knock-on effect. I think a lot of the French teams are already sort of maybe looking at shipping a few stars because of it happening over there too. So we will see. But anyway, a break from the Prem this weekend, up and coming, and we head to some Champions Cup and some Challenge Cup fixtures. So should we do Champions Cup first?
Yeah. The one we all want to talk about.
The one we all want to talk about. Leinster Sarries, 3 p.m. Juicy. Score predictions, please.
Well, without Faz, it's difficult to see any kind of a defence.
Leinster just love grinding out wins as well. They won their Pro 14 again. That not saying that's huge, but just very consistent in terms of regularly being up there or abouts for silverware, wouldn't you say? Yeah,
and like they limited a free scoring Ulster this season, so I think it was just one try in the final, completely shut them out.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, so, I think the score, let me just check, it was
27-5 or something like that?
Yeah, 27-5, yeah. Masters of their own destiny, perhaps. Are we both going Leinster?
I think I'm going to go, my head's telling me Leinster by 12.
And I honestly think the winner of that will win it outright too.
Yeah. Yeah, them blooming sneaky Frenchmen. You never know what they're going to be like.
No, exactly. Claremont Racing at Claremont. Would you agree that Claremont Stadium has that sort of feel of Dortmund, that big yellow wall, a bit of a cauldron of noise?
It definitely has in recent years.
Yeah.
Like they went on that stupidly long run, didn't they, without losing there, like 2 seasons or something like that.
You just used to love watching games that were played there because it just seemed so feisty as well.
Yeah.
Claremont Racing, I haven't really kept up on how that league was going, but I guess it's anyone's day. It's like a cup final now, so we do love a bit of knockout rugby, don't we?
Oh, we love playing away.
Claremont Racing, give me a final answer, please, sir.
I'm going to go Racing by 5.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go for a Racing away win. I think there's a few stars. There were some links and some papers and some media that some big names might believe in, and I think it could be one final hurrah. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, for sure.
On the Sunday, Toulouse Ulster at Toulouse.
I mean, it's only going one way.
Go on.
All right, mate, I'd say Toulouse by 15.
Really, that comfortable, yeah?
Mate, comfy. They're a machine.
12:30 kickoff too.
On a Sunday?
Yeah, don't put that in your ACCA.
Jeez. Yeah, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, but then again, I think Ulster will put up a bit of a fight, but yeah, I think Toulouse is quite comfortably. Exeter, Northampton. I read a story this week that Northampton have only got one loose head prop fit for the weekend, and it's some 17-year-old kid from the academy. Is there anyone we could recommend? Bit of Copley or DLB? There must be someone that can just fly.
Mate, let's be honest. If someone offered Davey a pair of Northampton socks, he'd be on his way there now.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's played for a club in Northampton, to be fair.
Northamptonshire, we should say.
Yeah, the Shire.
The Shire.
So, Exeter at home?
Mate. I mean, yeah, like Northampton have got a backline that can kind of create some excitement sometimes, but in knockout rugby, there are a few teams more clinical than Exeter. I'm going to say Exeter by at least 12. Yeah,
I would say 10 or so at least. So let's drop down a tier. Challenge Cup Saturday. We've got Bordeaux. Actually, I think we've got a Friday night game here as well. Yeah, we've got Bristol Dragons on the Friday night, 7:45. Bristol at home.
Yeah.
Quite comfortable.
Yeah, Pat Lam ain't losing that.
Yeah, I mean we've got a few big names at Dragons, but still see Bristol win at home. Saturday we see Bordeaux versus Edinburgh. Richard Cockrell loves to, get stuck in there. Wouldn't be surprised if you see him, stab an Edinburgh flag into the halfway line like Graham Souness did in the Besiktas Galatasaray derby.
Yeah, you can see that.
Winning away in France is just so hard.
It's so hard. But in terms of a British coach, he kind of fits the mould for someone that can do it.
He does.
I mean, bearing in mind, he's had 6 months to mentally prepare for this.
Should we back him?
Mate, I want to back him. I'm saying Edinburgh by 2.
Go on, let's back him. Toulon Scarlets, 8:15. Mate, there is a fest this weekend.
Yeah, there is.
There's literally 4 games on Saturday.
I did see that on Saturday, Toulon beat La Rochelle at home by about 20 points. But the thing is, it's what does that even mean?
I think I remember reading a book once, and it said in a book about French rugby, and it said that teams literally it's just like culture. You cannot lose at home. Even the lesser teams, if the top team comes in, they are expected to win at home. Traveling away is just it's anyone's game. You have to win at home. So let's just go for Toulon.
Yeah, Toulon by 10.
Yeah, again, very hard place to play. And finally, our final Challenge Cup game of the weekend sees Leicester take on Cast. Is it Cast?
Castor, yeah, something like that.
Custard.
Custard, Dibble, Drub. Yeah, I'm going to be the first to say I know nothing about Castra, and because of that reason, I think Castra are going to win.
Yeah, I don't even know how to say their name, so I'll probably just go for them as well, actually.
Yeah.
Just so I don't have to say them again.
They could be amateur, for all we know, but they'd probably still beat Leicester.
So, Speed, just to clarify, we've got a game on Friday, 4 games on Saturday, and 3 games on Sunday. BT Sport, let's be having ya.
Oh, BT Sport Extra. Press the red button to see more.
Bang, bang, bang.
Mm-hmm.
So, Speeds, winding down now. We'll finish with a little bit of Lions chat, and then we can talk a little bit about that excellent day at the club on Saturday. So
excited.
Let's go for a little bit of Lions.
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 So, firstly, I mean, some reports this week that, maybe the tour might be in doubt. I mean, it's hard to know. It really is hard to know. I mean, the Lions being cancelled, that is just gut-wrenching.
Mate.
People plan their whole, life around Lions tours.
Well, they plan like a good 4 years in advance.
Yeah, mate, definitely.
So
but,
crazy.
I mean, and then the thing is as well, is one of the best thing about the Lions that, all the fans from all 4 nations come together. Like, is there any point of a Lions going ahead if there's no fans? Because that is really, well, maybe not the reason, but it's one of the greatest parts of it going ahead.
I personally don't think, for the general service of rugby, like world rugby, I don't think I'd want to see it go ahead if it was in an empty stadium. Can you imagine, you know how depleted and meaningless Prem games feel when you can hear them shouting and stuff like that? Can you imagine that in a Lions test match?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's just zero atmosphere, and I think it's one of the times where rugby can be a bit commercial and they can sell things, and I don't know. I just if fans weren't allowed to attend, I just don't think it would be worthwhile it happening at all. But I'm not Jason Leonard, am I? So
no, we don't have as much. We don't have any power in comparison to him.
Okay.
In
terms of our own sort of selection, I think it's been a few weeks since we've discussed now, but we did our own back three and our own centre partnership. But the time has come now for us to choose our own 9-10 scrum half, fly half partnership.
Should we do a little recap?
Yeah, right. So I think our back three was the same. So we both had Liam Williams,
fullback, yeah.
Fullback, and I'm pretty sure we had Watson on one wing and Johnny May on the other. Was that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
So our centre partnership was different. So you went for...
I went for Tuolangi at 12, Jonathan Davis at 13.
I actually went for Faz at 12 and Tuolangi at 13.
Right.
So
I want to know who your 10 is if Faz is at 12.
My 10. I mean, I'm going for it. I'm going for Mr.
All right. Do you know what? I know who you're going to say all of a sudden, and it's going to annoy me.
Mate, I think you knew straight away. I'm going for Sir White Chocolate himself, Mr. Finn Russell.
Nah.
I love him.
Nah. Do not like him.
Go on, why?
I mean, I can't admit he's got a bit of flair about him, but I don't know. I've seen the way he rocks up against England, and he's just, I don't know, something about him.
See, this is what's so good about the Lions. It will bring you and Scottish people alike together, and you'll kiss pictures of that man in magazines.
I mean, conversely, can you see Scottish people kissing pictures of Owen Farrell?
No.
Well, there you go.
The thing is, as well, mate, I'm being soft on this a little bit because I think that Scots have always got a raw deal on the Lions. Don't get it wrong. In terms of most deserving, they're definitely bottom of the pile, unfortunately. But they do always get a raw deal. You see some people's Lions back row, and they have Richie in it, and you think, yeah, he's good, but I don't know. I mean, you could argue a case for him, and we'll come to that a little bit later, but in a few weeks' time. Sorry, I was messing around there. But I don't know. There's something about Finn Russell that I think, yeah, he's just gonna pull something out of his sleeve, and I'm literally gonna be all over it. I'm gonna be like, come on.
You can see
him. What about you?
You can see him unlocking a Springbok defence.
I think so.
I think it'll be too hot in the kitchen for him.
You think?
Yeah. Which is why I'm going for the one and only, the most hated man in world rugby and the greatest servant of English rugby in about 10 years, Sir Owen Farrell.
Great decision. That's why I had him in my team. There's nothing against him. I love him as a player.
No.
But I just want a bit more flair, I think. But listen, I think the thing is when you play South Africa, you know they're going to absolutely try and steamroll you. And you're right, maybe Senor White Chocolate gets steamrolled a little bit too often.
Mate, so I don't think we're going to have the same 9, you know.
Okay, I want to hear yours first.
Okay.
Go.
He's a Welshman.
Yeah.
It is none other than Mr. Reece Webb.
That's actually my same pick as well.
No way, really?
Yeah, it is. It is.
We hate the
Welsh.
Welsh.
I actually love Welsh people, so it's fine. It's just a natural pick for me.
Yeah.
Just don't like Ben Youngs.
Listen.
I mean, great player. I mean, insane amount of caps for England, but just a bit boring.
Mate,
is that deep that I'm not picking him because he's a bit boring?
No, I don't think he's a bit boring, but in his defence, so me and Rob were watching the Leicester game on Saturday.
Yeah.
And he reached a milestone. So listen to this, yeah. Just for a reference point. So last weekend, Manu Tuilagi, who granted has had a few injuries, played his 100th game in the Premiership.
Yeah.
Ben Youngs played his 250th.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, when you put it like that, the bloke is a machine.
Oh yeah, I mean he'll definitely go down as one of the the big boys in terms of Prem Rugby. He's like a modern day Wigglesworth, would you say?
Yeah,
but better, obviously. I'm sort of in those sort of charts that you see people just appear on all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I know there's a lot of English people that think great player. I just wouldn't, and probably even this year would have had Ben Spencer playing. So.
And don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
mate,
I don't know.
Up until a certain point, I've been one of those people. I mean, I would still pick him over any Scottish scrum half.
Well, that's the thing. A fair few teams, I think, might have been even like Will Greenwood's team for the Lions had Ali Price starting with Faz.
Yeah,
so,
I can see that.
Yeah, but
no, for me,
I mean, Conor Murray's fallen well out of favour.
I think
many calls in Ireland for the Ulster man John Cooney to play instead of him.
Do you think he's a bowler? A wild card?
It's so hard to say. I mean, he's played. I think I read some stat where he'd played or started. Like, he's definitely like. I think I could be wrong, but I think I read something saying that he could have played every game this season for Ulster, John Cooney, and then on the weekend against Ulster, they started Albie Mathewson over him. So it was a bit of a weird one.
Mate, I saw the team sheet.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, John Cooney must be injured. And I saw him on the bench. And I was like, he's literally been Ulster's, talisman this year.
Well, that's the thing. You look at them scoring 5 points, you think, maybe he would have been the person to unlock that Leinster defence. But I guess we'll never know.
Makes no sense, man.
No, you're right. It literally does make no sense. No sense. So, yeah. That is it. That is our backline for the Lions sorted.
Wow. We'll have to get some little image up and post it.
We actually will. I've got a little idea about that, about how we could do that.
I'm excited to hear.
I'll message you about that after. But yeah, I've actually seen something. But yeah, so Speed, let's talk a little bit. I mean, I know you weren't there. You were there in spirit, shall we say.
For sure.
But I just wanted to say how absolutely amazing the pitch up and play event was at the club on the weekend. Honestly. And again, we always talk about, the people behind the scenes, the unsung heroes, the organisers, literally everyone, volunteers, coaches, parents, bar staff, people liaising with, the council and getting, parking sorted. It was an absolutely fantastic day. Turning up, there was just a really good vibe there. Firstly, well done to the club and everyone there. The place was really COVID secure, and there was one-way systems and clear signage, about washing your hands and all those types of things to keep everyone safe. But even outside, just really good feel. matches on the first 2 pitches, split into half, and obviously playing ready for rugby. It was an absolute belter of a day. Scorcher too, caught a little bit of sun, as you can see. But yeah, brilliant day, and just wanted to say fantastic. So well done to the club, and well done to everyone involved. I know that a lot of the seniors had a great time, and we are, very grateful and appreciative for the opportunity to have a great day.
Yeah, I mean, as you said, mate, I wasn't there, unfortunately. If I could have left the house, I would have been there. But it really did seem like one of those days where people from every single level of the club, like from admin to planning to players to staff, like you said, bar staff, everyone really contributed. And from the sound of it was like absolute complete success. And, on the more kind of political side of it, I think it's quite good to see the RFU, in what some could argue is maybe stay a bit idle and a bit stagnant with the way they kind of approach stuff. They've been pretty proactive in this, and it's definitely been, we can only speak for Bex, but it's been really successful.
Yeah, massively. And I think, there's some worries that, seasons might not go ahead, be that from seniors all the way down to ladies and academies, all the way down to juniors and minis. And if that has to be something that replaces it just for this season alone or for the next year or so, due to sort of ongoing COVID restrictions, then I have no doubts that our club is in a pretty good place to deal with that. But you're right, good to see that RFU allowing clubs to sort of get back onto it and into it. Sorry. And that was a really good place to start, I think. So, yeah, really good fun day. And hopefully there might be another one of those soon. I could be making that up.
I'd love to be a part of.
Yeah, really great day. Really great day.
Good stuff.
So,
good stuff,
ladies and gents, we have reached the end of the final ever Bex Rugby pod with Speedy and Fog. I said, so Speed, just maybe explain a little bit about what our sort of plans are going forward. We mentioned about sort of switching it up, and just sort of to clarify about our guest appearances, because we're planning for some real biggies, aren't we, over the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, man. I think it's time to, stick it in sport mode and just go for it, man. Like, I know we have
gonna level up,
phase up. Sorry, that's an esports thing. Wakanda forever. Rest in peace, Chadwick.
Yeah. Shout out Chadwick.
Yeah, man. It's time for us to gear up. We just want to get out some smashing episodes, get in some interesting guests, talk the rug, talk Bex. Just get some exciting content. If you get me. Content, the C word.
Tally.
Open brackets, close brackets. And as we said, we're aiming for 4 guests. We're going to have more guests. So, due to that, thanks to everyone for the feedback so far. We just really hope you enjoy this. This is for you. This is for the club. This is for everyone. So, if you've got any ideas about how we can improve or anything like that, let us know. But at the moment, we're pretty sure we're going in the right direction. So
we are all ears.
Yeah, we're really excited about the weeks to come. With next week, hopefully, a real big one.
Yeah.
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 You know what I mean?
Huge.
Gargantuan.
Huge. But ladies and gents, thank you. We hope you have a great week. Please enjoy this episode, and please, more importantly, stay safe.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Link in the tab.
Stay at home, protect lives. No, what is it?
Control the virus.
Stay home. No, stay home, protect lives, save the NHS.
There you go. That was one of the OG ones.
But no, seriously, have a great week. Enjoy the Champions Cup on the weekend. And we'll be back with another episode and hopefully an amazing guest next week.
Thank you. So we're gonna post about the Lions team. We'd love to hear what you think. If you like the video, please like the video, like and subscribe, so you'll be the first to hear content. Speedy and Fog, over and out.